Good morning. My name is Ray Whitaker. I'm coming to you from Colorado Springs, the United States of America, in the state of Colorado. I would like to say that I'm honored to be reading today and to be sponsored by Kumar Prasanna's engaging group of worldwide poets, the Fertile Brains. I joined the group in January of this year and have appreciated reading my work on the meetups, as well as hearing work from the other eminent poets around the world that participate with the Fertile Brains. The opportunity to be in amongst the fine poets from around the world is very much an honor for this American from North Carolina and now Colorado. I would also like to acknowledge some of my influence, my mentors, and the driving, determined people that have been in my writing life. Hank Bruce, who feels that the world, who believes in this world despite all its flaws, and has unceasingly been a positive influence on my writing, especially when I was full of self-doubt and self-recrimination. Thank you, Hank. And I'd like to acknowledge the fine group of people at Doria Underwood Consultants in Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you, Nancy Dorier. You've been an incredible influence and inspiration. And thank you, Doug McVaden. While we've gone around the world in our conversations, your remarkable vision is a continual source of empowerment. Thanks to Jenny Green and Alice Lyle Hickson for your fine attention to the details. If one were to look up empowerment in the dictionary, the photograph of this powerhouse team should pop up for sure. Thanks to each of you. Kumar has asked me to discuss a little bit about what influences me and why I do what I do. And why do I write poetry? There are two questions he wants me to answer, so we'll start with that one. It's a complex answer to a simple question, actually. The components are many. The influences, the personal preferences of what I personally like to read, which is poetry, combined with the way I think, which is visually and not linearly, and what my intentions are. A couple years back, I decided to write to assist people in thinking about the world around them. And I thought it best to go imageness in my poems. I try not to write about orange juice and breakfast cereals. The subjects that I like to write about, I'll write about anything that comes to mind. What inspires me to write my poems can be something as subtle as a railroad engine chugging, or something as complex as human interactions. Then the frequent turns to be found in my work usually take a reader toward the infinity of God's designs. There is such power in the grazing out into the world that surrounds us. Also, to be aware of into the cosmos we seem to be a part of. This is powerful. Taking a trip into the meanings that we all rely on in our daily lives is a strong sense of subject. I want to start off with a short piece that is on a publisher's desk as of this month. It's called On the Desk. The mouse pad lying there brings possibilities. It asks for attention, for possibly going to the end of the internet and having a departure into determination. The white mouse seems to have a life of its own, accepting the click only on empowerment that adds to my totality. What is there when I move the mouse? This interplay with consciousness and mechanics. Somewhere there is a river flowing in all of it, carrying the signals from my hand muscles. It is a tributary to what questions are here that I have towards what makes me whole. I'm hoping that the connection is stable here. Kumar, are we good to go here? Should I proceed further? Okay. Kumar, did you get my introduction and my comments at the very beginning of this? Okay. All right. My next piece is called No War, and it was published by Setu magazine in March of this year here in the United States. My father did not plant fruit trees or a garden with any sort of vegetable like a tomato plant or peppers. It was I that planted, harvested all of that. His example did not lodge with me, never having flown down from the sky wrapped in a fighter plane. Machine guns blazing toward a ground-confined enemy, they there trembling in fear, hiding from his bullets and bombs thrown while in God's bubble. I loved him so, yet my path differed. The healing arts chose me as sure as water churns in rapids, born unafraid of cleaning up lacerations, wiping blood from torn flesh, when someone's life was seeping away. Staunching the flow with giving a damn ever present, it was acceptable risk to be in combat with purulent infection. He was a great man, even never having planted a plum tree. His bravery and deciding loving family decisions did lodge with me. So it is now that he is gone, as it was when he, my best friend, was still here amongst us. His courage tempered my abundant compassion, like the wind rippling the fall colors in an autumn high plains field. I can't fly a fighter plane or command a tactical sortie in dive bombing a bridge. I have come home with blood on my scrubs, though, bearing stains from others' wounds, having worked like a mule plowing furrows toward healing life's casualties. I had planted plum trees. Some were for him. His face peering out from the green leaves and feeling his hands on the shovel with mine. Thank you very much. I have a couple others that I'm going to read to you today. And we're going to start off with a short love poem here. It's entitled Close Journey, which was published in the Bluefield University Poetic Journal, Virginia, the United States of America, last spring. Close Journey. Just want to walk with you. Go into the soft distance, perhaps into a cave with hot springs where the entrance is a bit narrow, gently pushing we two walkers close together and touching the amethyst crystals in the walls. I think I can go there with you, unconcerned about where that destination may be. Go to a closeness where our fingers arch and toes extend, that place where sweet is the only odor. In there, the key blends into smiles. Thank you. I want to stay on the love theme for a little bit longer. This next piece was published in Pakistan, Sindh, Pakistan, by the Sindh Courier in January of this year. It's called Alone. Somewhere, an Arab singer's voice cries, lilting, soaring, a single line of melody wafting, climbs, reaches the tonality of Algeria. The Arabic translates to the long, long night without you. The sad melody is crying. He is looking for the companion that has forsaken him, for another. This another is independence. The crying singer resonates the depth of his sorrow. He is dreaming of the skies above that rained on both him and her, an event welcomed in the desert. The words are rueing the missing. The wound has been reopened. He wonders if it will ever heal. Maybe if he does not pick at it, keeps clean, fresh bandages on, the scar tissue will form again. He knows a re-injury takes longer to do so. The wound is fresh, as if only yesterday that occurred. The listener remembers, though, having had a full year of disappointment, so many sad events. One was his wife dying, and then another dear one a year later. Those fires, tremendous, singed his shirt, then his chest hair off, exposing his heart to the flame. Now there are only empty skies above. Walking the earth, sand in his worn sandals, there is a heart stew cooking on the stove of life. He hears the Algerians singing again, off towards the dunes, somewhere over the sand. The desert sand seems to cry along with the Arabic incantation. 3 women had captured his heart. He has lost all 3 over a period of years, to divorce, to death, to independence. The impeccable, unrelenting pain of loss again. He will survive. Learns a new pace, a new gait, that of walking alone, stepping away, walking into the beclouded future. His dream of love never leaves his head. This gives him the strength to keep on to the horizon. The faces of his past loves in any mirror. He knows his heart was not wrong for trying. Thank you. I'm going to go on now to a poem that was published by Spill Words in New York, United States, last fall. And it's again sort of in the love theme. This one's titled Thought Number 205 about old friends and lovers. The confusions of days all running together with the heart attempting to keep up. It's only another expression of loneliness. Yawning, not exquisitely bored at all, hand over the mouth to cover the yawn, or perhaps it is to keep something in that needs to come out. There is only the cold outside, inside as well, too. Only the expectation of warmth remains. The cold body is from absence. The absence has felt the sensation of where once there were 2, now there's only 1. There was a song some time ago, exquisitely bored in California, now running through my head. Closing my eyes, there is an image hodgepodge of these dear women I have known in my life. It is crowded with vivaciousness. It is a welcoming tunnel of visions. Dismounting my land speeder, I can branch into any particular image and become immersed again with that woman. These warm, soft caves are not filled with orange angst, more like singularly devoted museum alcoves with a solitary subject, the soft lighting illuminating. Exquisitely seen with all the rest. Some are clothed, some hot are not, with that look in their eye. All are happy in their own way to see me. It is recherche, not boring, a feeling of unhurried joy in the exploration. Some of them wink at me. Thank you. I'm going to go on. I have 2 more pieces to read to you. And these are moving into a more cosmic view of things. This next one is published by Live Encounters of Bali in October of 2022, part of their anniversary issue. It was called View from Web. We are concerned with measuring our lives in tens of years. Now the astrophysicists are measuring our universe in billions of light years. We see our short lives through lenses of earthly dictates, as if our vision, this only is the magnificent way it is, as if there was no other. How do you get your head around a billion light years, or 13.7 of them, or even more? White dwarfs do not refer to a small Caucasian. Black holes do not refer to manhole covers. Red giants do not refer to really tall Native Americans. Blue stragglers do not refer to a Buddy Guy blues tune. Mass is not a cancer on the liver. And the type 1A supernova isn't a personality trait. Did the Big Bang have a Baroque choir accompaniment? Or did laughter sound out amongst the stars at our earthly ideas, that presumption of our best human being minds are the brightest amongst it all? There isn't an encyclopedic presence to a space-time before the Big Bang. No thick, heavy-bound volume needing to blow the dust off an individual page as they are turned to view the next color plate of the creation, that energy field of our God. Mind-boggling. Faster than the speed of light, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, pale, gray, insignificant, our sight, only 50 miles on the clearest day when comparing our view off the tallest mountain in Colorado. Can you wipe your humbled tears away? Thank you very much. I hope you folks are enjoying this work. I got 2 more for you. And here we go. Now, in my country, there is a humor, a joke about things that we see and maybe don't believe in. And if we do believe in them, only certain times. And those certain days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, with an option for every other Friday. That's the way the joke goes in my country. So this title of this poem is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and it's out on a publisher's desk now. Here we go. The ideas you may yet believe in, occurring in the daily means and ways only on certain days of the week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, happy or not, those times are present. That folks will or won't get along. Get along, little doggies. I shall have a full clue index on all the days to come, coming, even as they are, exactly as they are. What is there on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays? Which contexts are believable on those days and not necessarily on the others? Do I, and I mean I as anyone, like E.E. Cummings, or is he one of those poets only believable on the Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, which have the questions about other poets that experiment in writing, sharing their award-winning poetry? Do I again believe in the power of vibrations, sine waves, square waves, sawtooth waves? What emanates from crystals on Wednesday? What happens under a pyramid on Friday? Do I think that there is already always an undercurrent that spans all days of the week? That I stand on to believe the scattered splotches of days get toward a given morning? That unchanging, every coming dawn and the special hues of the early aurora's light? I feel the rivers flowing there in sunlight's mysterious ways. A mother's love, a father's strength, a light from our God above, as we walk performing our adult portage, carrying love for music, love for the written word, that hunger of wanting to walk with you again. into the sanctum of stepping together so that we may feel that memory. Do I, back again, trust governments to do the right thing? That one's only on Tuesday, I think. Or have faith that the rich will be magnanimous? That one only seems to be on Thursday. Do I, in looking around for the erstwhile, find it only on Saturdays with options for Monday? The looking deeper, casting about for the meanings that exist only on special days, perhaps that uncomfortable birthday in the middle of the week, where our ideas that our freedom is to live another year still exists on a Tuesday or a Thursday, as well as a Wednesday. The undercurrent of our God's love is always there. I need to believe in all the days. Stand on what the divine put there. There is the reason you must carry forward to do the service within the world all around us, to provide the expressions of God's love to those that have forgot. Feel that it moves you then. All those days of our construct called a week, where we humans are meant to bear onward to build with the stardust given us. The snow melts any day of the week, leaving behind the memory of the white calm. Standing knee-deep in the snow atop a mountain, I am singing for peace any day of the week. I am going to end this piece with a piece that I recorded for the 2023 Panorama, which was sponsored by Writers International Group out of Athens, Greece. That was in January of this year, and published with them, both as a poem and as a video. So here it is. With every breath, slowly, the beat catches a rhythm, gradually moving faster until a tempo is reached, and the other instruments join in, presenting the magnificent ensemble of a pulsing rock band, moving you to breathe in. The drummer is giving an unmistakable snare drum beat. The horns sneak in, and we are alerted to the climax of a verse. Even if there's a frozen nature, perhaps winter is just outside your door, or even inside our minds, we are left with the song's breath, nourishing, washing, livening, rewarding, increasing the oxygen. A song from our hearts capable of stimulating the inhalation, pushing the used, spent air out with each exhalation, stimulating the inhalation, where our carbon footprint changes. Perhaps it is all building up to something that has the urgency of change, from something that is of yesterday's change. Not coins in your pocket, not coins of the realm where you may chance to be, facing the reality of what we poets can do. How do we push this breath? How do we do it? Mumfaswala, respirar, ominga, kakati, trek verjet, tanafas, nefis, almak. Whatever language you speak, it's all the same. It never rests. That exchange of fresh for spent, of good winning over evil. Climbing up the slope, the snow gently hitting his face, a soft reminder of the cold this day. Reaching the peak, standing atop a hoodoo, facing the wind with hands in his pockets, deciding, while looking out over the wide open spaces. Hearing the beat of life continuing, remembering that drummer, those guitars, the lead singer whose lyrics are of a needed change. We in the audience are elevated to that higher place, reflecting on the lyrics that move us there. We push this breath or exhalation of carbon dioxide into a fresh new inhalation, giving a resurrection, a fresh resuscitation of seemingly forgotten ways. Inhale into a fragile security. Exhale with the pain caused from the depths of war. Inhaling, if only for a moment, released from a dearth of compassion. Exhaling, perhaps avoiding the inferno of dragon fire. Inhale, the exciting music wafting into the town center. Exhale, the discharged patient in a wheelchair. Breathing deeply in without panic today while walking down our city streets. And exhaled, sigh of relief, not having to look up for attack drones, believing tonight that the terrorists are sleeping. Thank you very much for having me on your Fertile Brains poetry recitals. Thank you.